Hey, what's going on everybody? Jump Rope to Freedom. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about different strategies that you can use, that you can apply today that will help you jump rope for a longer time. Let's get into this video. Why do you want to jump rope for longer? These are the reasons that I came up with, and there's plenty more besides these, but these are the top 5. So the first is cardio endurance. The longer you can jump rope, the stronger your heart is going to get, the longer you're going to be able to jump rope for. It's a positive feedback loop. The second, cardio strength. It'll make your cardiovascular system stronger, and it'll make your heart stronger. And it'll lower your resting heart rate. The third and fourth, muscular strength and endurance. It's going to increase your muscular strength and endurance because of the upper body workout that you're getting. Last one, it's going to increase your calorie burn. This is important because it's going to make your workouts more effective. You're going to have more calories burned, and you're going to be able to expend more energy, which is going to lead to weight loss if that's what you're going for. So those are the top 5 reasons, but there's plenty more. Before we get into it, the next thing you want to look at with jumping rope for longer is avoiding the basic bounce. Now, the basic bounce is all good if you're just starting to learn jump rope. You can see me doing the basic bounce here, but there's some problems with the basic bounce when it comes to jumping rope for longer, and that's what I'm going to talk about here. The first thing you notice with the basic bounce is that I'm using both feet, so the legs do not get a break. I'm using both my feet at the same time, so my legs aren't getting a break. And so what that's doing is both legs are working just as hard. So I'm not going to be able to do this over a long period of time because my legs are going to be too tired. And so you can see here with this slow motion clip that both legs are working just as hard and I'm not getting a break. So later in this video, I'm going to teach you how you can jump rope a little bit differently so that you can get your legs a break and you can make it more sustainable. The first move that we're going to learn to be able to jump rope for longer is the boxer step. And the first boxer step we're going to learn is the traditional boxer step. And in the traditional boxer step, all you're doing is rotating back and forth from left to right. And what this is doing is it's giving both your feet a micro break, as my friend Barefoot Ken would say. So each foot, when I'm alternating each time, one foot is going down and absorbing about 90% of my body's impact, while the other foot is absorbing anywhere between 10 to 20% of my body's impact. So this is giving me a lot more of a rest than the basic bounce. So my lead foot is absorbing the impact. This makes a huge difference over time if you're allowing your feet to rest. You see me going back and forth here, and the main difference between this and the basic bounce is that I am not using both feet equally. Each one gets a short break, and that's when I'm using my lead foot. See, I'm switching back and forth. Right there, my left foot is getting a break, then my right foot is getting a break because the opposite foot is absorbing most of the impact. So this is why if you want to be able to jump rope for 2, 3, 4 minutes at a time, it's crucial to be able to learn this move and to learn the basic bounce, but then get to the boxer step. The next step we're going to learn in the boxer step repertoire is the double boxer step. So what I'm doing here is essentially the same thing as the boxer step, but I'm doing 2 bounces on each foot rather than 1. So what this is doing is it's giving me a longer rest on one of my feet, but I'm absorbing more impact on the other foot. So it's a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. You alternate every other rep, so you're getting a longer rest on your off foot, but you are also getting more impact on the lead foot. So the best thing to do is to switch it up here. The way you want to think about this is 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch, like I'm doing right here. 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch. If you are a musical, rhythm-oriented person, that's the way you should be counting in your head. 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, switch. You're doing 2 reps on one foot, then switching, then 2 reps on the other foot. That's the best way to think about this move. For me, I have a musical background. I grew up in a musical family, so I like to think about things as far as rhythm is concerned. So now we're going to look at it from another view here. The light was a little bit better shooting from my phone in this direction because it was earlier in the morning. And you can see all I'm doing is, instead of switching every time, I'm switching every other time. So we're going to go back and we're going to look here shortly at the 1, 2, and switch. 1, 2, switch, 1, 2, and switch. That's how you want to look at this move. Now, if you don't like counting in your head, if that doesn't help you, then disregard. But as I said, I come from a musical background. I play guitar and I grew up doing a lot of musical stuff. So I like to think about things as far as rhythm is concerned. I like to have rhythm. Jump rope is a lot about rhythm, so it does help to look at jump rope that way. But this move right here, along with the traditional boxer step, is going to help you get a rest on your feet, and that's going to help you jump rope for longer. You want to be able to sustain. You're not going to be able to sustain the basic bounce over a long period of time, 5, 10, 15 minutes. If you can, that's awesome, but most people can't. I know I can. The next move we're going to look at is the alternating boxer step. So this is essentially a combination of the first two moves, the double and the traditional. So all I'm doing here is I'm doing 2 on one foot, and then I'm going back to the other side. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm doing 2 on one foot, doing a regular boxer step, then 2 on the other foot. We're going to look at it in slow motion here. This is probably my favorite move for long-term jumping, because it's a combination of the double boxer step and the traditional. So you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting 2 bounces on your lead foot. You're also getting the traditional boxer step as well. So you're getting the most rest. You're getting the optimal rest as far as I'm concerned with this. This is probably my favorite move for long-term jumping. And this is how you want to think about it. This is the rhythm count, 1, 2, and then 1. And then it starts again, 1, 2, and then back to the 1 right there. And you just continue like that. This move is not too hard to get if you already know the boxer step. All you're going to do is combine those first 2 moves, like I said earlier, so that you can get this one. This move, I think, is essential to learn if you're looking to jump for over 3, 4, 5 minutes. This same move, along with the other moves in this video, is the move that I learned to jump rope for 45 minutes straight with no breaks and no mistakes whatsoever. And I do have that video up on Instagram, but this is the move that you want to learn. And this is looking at it from another view here, from the lighter view in real time. Just getting a look at it here. You're rotating every other time. You're doing a traditional, and then you are doing the double. So remember, all this move is a combination of the triple, excuse me, not the triple, the double and the traditional. And that's all you're going to do with this move. You're just going to go through it, try to take it slow, remember the count, and then it's 1, 1, and then goes 1, 2, and then back to 1, and then 1 again, like that. You can see what my feet look like here. One foot, the foot that is taking most of the impact, the lead foot, is slightly up, and is slightly down, is down on the ground, and then the foot that's taking the rest, so in that one it's my right foot, then it's my left foot right there, is up off the ground. My heel is higher off the ground, and that's the hallmark of the boxer step, is that the lead foot takes anywhere between 80 to 90% of your body's impact, absorbs 80 to 90% of your body's impact, and then the off foot, the foot that's getting the rest, that's preparing to go to the next rep, is getting about 10 to 20% of the impact. So we're going to finish up the boxer step here, and now we're going to go into the heel toe, which is another great move for long range jumping. So I do have a tutorial on the heel toe as well as the boxer step, but this is what the heel toe looks like. Essentially what you're doing is you are bringing one foot back and then tapping your heel on the ground, being careful not to extend your knee all the way out. You extend your knee out, but not all the way out, because you don't want to hurt your knee when your heel strikes the ground. And that's the main thing that you want to be careful of here, is when your heel strikes the ground, you don't want to make too much impact. It's a lot like the boxer step, where the heel is not absorbing as much impact as the foot in the back right there. Let's take a look here. So your heel that's going out is your resting foot. And the reason why this move is so important is when you put your heel out, it allows your foot to rest because it reclines your foot. It's like leaning back in a recliner. There's a reason why recliners are so relaxing. It's because it puts your feet up and it allows you to rest in that way. So that's the key thing to remember. When you recline, that's when you rest. So when the knee goes out, you recline right there and tap your heel to the ground. The count here is 1, 2, 1, and then 2, like that. And if you are someone who likes to count, that is the count that I would recommend here. It's just 1 when your foot goes out and 2 when the foot comes back in. The heel toe is a super important move that you want to learn. It took me a week or 2 to learn it. It does take a little bit of coordination, but if you are looking to burn more calories, to lose weight, to be able to jump rope for 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time without resting, this move along with the boxer step are essentials to learn because they allow you to rest. Resting, I can't say enough. Resting and being efficient with your energy use is the most important thing to being able to jump rope for longer. It's like running. You can't run for a long time if you are not efficient in your movements, just like bicycling. Same thing. You can't do a lot of cycling if you're not efficient with your movements. So those are keys here, and you always want to be efficient. The heel toe and the boxer step are going to help you with your efficiency. You can see here I'm relaxed. I'm not labored in my breathing at all. I'm just doing my thing. And here's the count again. If you are somebody who likes music and uses rhythm in jump rope, then the count will probably work for you to count in your head 1, 2, 1, 2, and to keep it going like that. I suggest at least trying to use a count in your head, or even saying it out loud if you're working out by yourself or you're working out with someone, saying it out loud so that you can keep your rhythm. But again, the key thing here with the heel toe and with the boxer step is to make sure that you are resting. When your knee comes out and your heel touches the ground, you should be resting. See how I'm resting there? And again, my breathing is not labored at all. I've been jumping rope for a long time. My cardio is pretty good. But I can tell you right now, I would not be able to jump rope for very long if I was doing the basic bounce the entire time. If you see people like Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, even Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier jumping rope, you'll never or very rarely see those guys doing the basic bounce when they were jumping rope. They're doing a version of the boxer step, they're doing a version of the heel toe, they're doing some type of version, their own version of those moves, because even they know that you can't jump too long with the basic bounce. So that's the heel toe. Now we're going to look at the double heel toe, which is like the double boxer step, but we're looking at the heel toe here. So all you're going to do here is just do 2 instead of 1 on the heel toe. If you can get the heel toe down and you've gotten that move down pat, this move is not going to be very difficult. The double heel toe is not going to be difficult. Again, like the double boxer step, there is an advantage and a disadvantage to this move. So your foot that's not reclining out, that's not tapping the ground, it's going to get more rest, or it's going to get less rest than you would normally with the heel toe, with the traditional heel toe. So that, just be mindful of that. That's why it's good to switch back and forth. And now in this clip we have the count coming up. It's really the same thing. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, but you count on the same foot because you're using the same foot twice. So you do 1, 2, 1, 2 with that same foot. It's a sword that cuts both ways. That foot that is in the back that's not doing the reclining is going to take a lot of the impact. It's going to take a lot of the absorption of your body hitting the ground. So you're going to want to use this move sparingly, or use it along with the single heel toe, the traditional heel toe, and the boxer step. so that you can get the most out of it. It's going to be much more difficult to do the double heel toe. Over time, you'll probably get more tired than if you do the traditional regular heel toe. That's just from my experience, but you might be stronger than me in that regard, and you might be able to do this over and over again. The key here, though, is to be able to use a lot of these moves, or use all of these moves interchangeably, so that you can rest the different muscle groups, because different muscle groups are being used in the boxer step than are being used in the heel toe. So we're finishing up the double heel toe now, and we're going to go into, along with the combination of the double boxer step and the traditional boxer step, the heel toe plus the boxer step is my favorite move for long-term jumping. I like both of those the same. So all I'm doing here is I'm combining the traditional boxer step with the heel toe, and on every third movement I'm kicking my heel out to rest it. So not only am I getting the rest from the boxer step on my off foot, I'm also getting the rest in a different, slightly different muscle group with the heel toe. So look what I'm doing here. I kick my heel out, and then I go back to the boxer step, and then I switch back over. I do 3 reps, then I go back to the heel toe on the other side. So I'm getting the best of both worlds. This provides optimal rest because of the different muscle groups being used and the different muscle groups being rested. Different muscle groups are being rested on the heel toe than they are on the boxer step. So this move, in my opinion, is going to keep you from getting tired more effectively than the other moves that we have gone over in this video. Now, that's just my opinion. I've been jumping rope for about 3.5 years now, and when I discovered this move, when I fused and I combined the heel toe and the boxer step together, I think it was a few months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, I realized that I could jump rope for a very long time if I fused those together, and it was a nice discovery for me. So the count here is 1, 2, 3, and then you switch out to the 4 on the kick out. 1, 2, 3, and then kick out on the 4th. That's the way that I like to think about it. So you're doing 3 reps with the boxer step. Then on the 4th rep, you kick out, and the 4th count represents your heel hitting the ground, and then after that the count starts over. So it's 3 reps of boxer steps, and then you kick the heel out, 3 reps of boxer steps, and then you should be kicking the other heel out like I'm doing here. So remember that count. We're going to look at it at a different angle here, at the lighter angle. So you see me here, I'm relaxed here. You see me here, I'm not labored. I've probably been jumping rope for about 3, 4, 5 minutes at this point on this film, and it just goes to show you that cardiovascular ability has a lot to do with being able to jump rope for a long time, but there are tricks that you can learn that I'm teaching you here in this video, that even if your cardio is not that great, while your cardio gets better, you can still leverage these moves to be able to jump rope for longer. And it's all about taking your rests and optimizing your rests. So here's the count again. You got 1, 2, 3, and then kick out on the 4th, and then 1, 2, 3, and then kick out on the 4th again. So remember, 3 reps, kick out on the 4th, another 3 reps of boxer step, and then kick out on the 4th again. If I could choose any move, it would be tied between this combination and the combination of the boxer step, between the traditional and the double boxer step. And notice how the moves that I'm choosing are combinations of 2 different moves, or 2 like moves, but they are different in some regards, because you're getting the optimal results from both the moves, and you're being able to rest different muscle groups, and that's key. What ends up happening, if your cardio is not good for long range jumping, your cardio will go first, you'll get out of breath first, but your legs is what's taking up a lot of the brunt of the absorption, your body hitting the ground. And so you want to make sure that you're resting your legs as much as possible when you are trying to jump rope for a long time. That's what's going to allow you to jump rope for 30 minutes with no problem. That's what's going to allow you to be able to jump rope for 45 minutes with no problem. Being able to discover these tricks and moves that you can use and leverage to your ability to optimize your jumping experience. So now we're going to go to arm positioning. Now, jump rope is a full body workout, so arm positioning is key as well. So what we're going to go over here is we're going to go over where your arms should be, and you can do some different things here. You can have your elbows back and you can have your arms down, and that's what we're going to go through here, is being able to switch seamlessly between having your arms down like I have here and then putting my elbows back like I have here. That does the same thing as the boxer step, switching between the boxer step and the heel toe, because you're using different muscle groups when you have your arms extended and you have your arms out like this, like you see me doing in the video. So that having your elbows back is going to stress your shoulders more, and then having your arms extended like I have right here is going to stress your forearms a little bit more. So being able to switch back and forth like that is key too. It's the same principle as being able to switch from the different moves that I went over in the video. So this is another trick here. You don't always have to keep your arms the same way. You can move your arms around. There's no law saying that you can't move your arms around, just like you can move your legs around. So if you are combining your arm positioning and changing your arm positioning at the same time as you're changing your stance from in the boxer step, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to rest your upper body muscles just like you're resting your lower body muscles, just like you're resting your leg muscles when you're switching back and forth between the boxer step, the heel toe, and things like that. So let's just look at the video a little more. You see me extending my arms down a little bit, down toward my waist, and then you see me putting my elbows back a little bit more. And now my arms are being extended down, and then my arms are coming back up to my waist again. And it helps to see these types of things in slow motion so that you can get a good understanding of what the move looks like, because a lot of jump rope is subtle. The changes are subtle, and the difference between tripping over the rope and clearing the rope is so small that a lot of the times it helps to slow it down and see somebody doing it so that you can see the subtleties and you can see the nuances in the movement. So just keep looking at this here. You'll see that I'm changing the way that I'm holding my arms. Right now I'm extended up where I was extended out. Now my elbows are back and I'm in a little bit more tight to my body. My elbows are out and my arms are extended down, and now my elbows are back in and my arms are tighter in to my body. And in a couple seconds we're going to look at this from another viewpoint. The light will be a little bit better, but just remember, being able to switch your arms is key. We're going to take another look at it. You see I'm employing the boxer step here. I'm extending my arms down, and then my arms are coming back in. Extending my arms down a little bit, and now my arms are coming back in a little bit. You can switch back and forth as much as possible, combining these movements and these arm position changes with the changes in your step. Right now I'm employing the traditional boxer step because that's just what I felt like doing at that moment. That's what makes it easiest for me at that moment. And then I'm extending out, and we're looking at it from a different angle. My elbows are in. Now my hands and my arms are extended back down, elbows back in. This is also going to help with your coordination too, because the rope is going to be different, but you're still going to be able to clear it. So clearing your rope and being able to change midway like this is good for coordination. So now we'll look at it again so that we can give a name to what we're doing here. So right now my elbows are back, and you can practice this while watching this video. And now I've switched and my arms are extended. Again, it helps to see this in slow motion. Now switch to elbows back, And my switch is very gradual. I don't switch quickly. It's gradual, because if it's quick, then I'll probably trip over the rope. Now arms extended. The switch has got to be gradual. Got to be gradual. Now coming back up, elbows back. And in this particular clip, I decided to keep my elbows back a little bit longer, because that's what was helping me get through that point in jumping. So you don't have to have a specific interval. It's whenever you want to switch. And now I switch back to my arms extended. I stay there for a little bit while, and it's completely up to you. I stay here for a little while. Now I go back to elbows back. And I stay there as long as I'm comfortable. And now back to arms extended. It's all about the way you're feeling and how you want to rest your muscles. Because again, rest is the most important thing here. You're resting while you're jumping. That's the only way you're going to be able to jump rope for a longer period of time. Arms extended. And you can watch this video over and over again. It'll help when you practice these techniques, because that's the only way that you learn. Well, that's the only way that I learn, is by watching someone else do it, slowing it down, and practicing. You can see here as well, I'm using the heel toe and my arms are extended. Now this is the last clip here. My elbows are going back again. And the next thing we're going to look at is changing your grip from traditional to power. And this is key, because these use different muscle groups as well. So I got to zoom in here, and we're going to do slow motion on this. You see I have the traditional grip like this, traditional grip, which taxes the shoulders a little bit more, and then I have the power grip. And there's nothing saying that you can't use the power grip like you would normally use on a weighted rope with a light rope like what I'm using here. You can still use the power grip. You might not be able to maneuver the rope as much, but you're doing traditional jumps here. You're not doing any side swings. You're not doing anything fancy. So you can use the power grip. It's going to help you jump rope for longer if you switch back and forth. Because when you use your thumb, it activates the shoulders and your muscles a little bit more, at least for me, than when you use the power grip. So this is how you switch. You don't do it like this. You don't do a switch very quickly. You do it slowly. You see how I'm folding my thumbs out when I'm in the traditional grip like this. Watch my hands. You see my thumbs are extended. And then I'm going to make the switch here, and you see it's gradual. Then my thumb comes down and I'm making a fist, and I'm not having my thumb extended. The movement should be gradual. It shouldn't be quickly. Now I'm switching again. Look at how I switched very gradually. It took about a second, but I switched gradually. I didn't make it a split-second decision. It was about a second or two. I'm in the traditional grip now, and then I'm switching back to power. The most important thing here is to remember to switch as slowly as you need to switch. You don't need to do it quickly. I'm in the power grip now. Now I'm going back to traditional, and you can see that my thumb is extended. This is going to help you jump rope for longer as well. Combining, switching the grips, switching your hand positioning, and switching your moves from the boxer step to the heel toe in different variations are going to help you tremendously. Hey, thanks a lot for tuning into the video today. I hope that you got a lot from it, and I genuinely and truly appreciate you taking the time. If you want to support this channel, you can do it in many ways, financial or not. First thing you can do is subscribe. The second thing you can do is hit the like button. Those are both free and it takes a couple seconds. If you want to contribute to this channel, you can check out the thank button right below the video. You can click that and you can make a donation through YouTube if you feel so inclined. You can also check me out on Patreon. The link is below in the description. Another way you can support is by signing up for a Cash App using my link. If you do that, both of us will get $5. If you want to support through Amazon, you can save my Amazon affiliate link and you can use that whenever you shop. It won't charge you any extra money, and I'll get a small commission from Amazon, not from you, from Amazon, for you using the link, my affiliate link. Again, it will not cost you anything extra. The last thing you can do is sign up for my email newsletter. If you sign up and subscribe to my email list, you'll receive a free 30-day jump rope workout that you can use to improve your jump rope time, how long you can jump rope for. And it's one of those progressions where it adds a couple seconds to your jump rope time as you starting from as little as 20 seconds. And if you follow the program, it'll put you up to around 4 minutes of jumping. All right, everybody, thanks a lot for tuning into today's video. I appreciate it. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, jump rope to freedom. Peace. Thanks for your support.